A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, L, M, N, O, P, R, X, T. 1 and 1 makes 7. 7 and 7 makes 29. Rowie, you're talking rubbish. Yes, I am. Because we know that 1 and 1 equals 2. We know that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z is the alphabet. We're adults and we know that stuff. So if somebody tries to convince us that 1 and 1 makes 7, we would question that, wouldn't we? So why am I asking this particular question? Every single day at our house, every day, I am bombarded, K-Man is bombarded, we chat about every day the misunderstanding of the alphabet and numbers when it comes to the human body. So the basics of how does the human body work, anatomy and physiology, is the same as 1, 2, 3 numbers and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the alphabet. It's not argued. Nobody says 7 and then 11 and then 2 and then 9. We all know that there's a sequence of numbers and they go in order. We know that the alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G and it goes in order, and we don't argue that. So why the human body that's got so much information being delivered on a day-to-day basis, and if you look at YouTube, Instagram, any of the social media platforms on how much information is available about the human body, how to get it fit, how to get it strong, how to train it for athletic performance, how to help it be in great shape, lose weight, whatever it is that you're looking to do with your body, what the world is looking to do with its personal physique, health and fitness, whatever it is, wellness, there seems to be a major disconnect, a major lack of understanding, and even a desire not to understand how does the human body work. Why? And that's my big question, why? If you want to be in great shape, if you want to be healthy, if you want to look good, feel good, have a stack of energy, be healthy for the rest of your life, wouldn't it be a really good idea to find out how that machine works? If you wanted to race cars and you wanted to win a race, racing cars, would it be a really good idea to understand how a car works? And if I go another step further, if you wanted to be a car mechanic, would it be a really good idea to learn how a car works? Well, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm an exercise professional. I have been all of my life. And I have to deal with every single day people who talk about, I am a body mechanic, I can get your body into great shape, keep it serviced, keep it strong, keep it fit. But they don't know the fundamentals of how the human body works. They are the mechanics who don't know how the car works. They don't know the parts of the car, and they don't know how those parts work together. Now, I can't control what other people do, and I've probably got to the point in my life, because I'm such an old lady, that I probably don't care. What people do with their life is completely up to them. And if people don't want to know how the human body works, I'm obviously not going to force them to do that. But I always ask about our kids. What about our children? If we don't want our kids to be overweight, unfit, out of shape, unhealthy, diseased, depressed, anxious, and we're parents, teachers, coaches, bosses, leaders, could it be a really good idea, rather than believing what other people tell us, could it be a good idea to understand how the human body works? And I'm just going to give you some simple things to consider. And I would never dare, and I would never be as rude to, irresponsible or disrespectful to tell somebody what to do. And I'm getting really sick and tired of opening up social media, and I have to every day because people send me stuff. I have an international business college, international exercise college, so people send me stuff every day that I have to look at. And the fundamentals, the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s of how the human body works just seem to be missing. So some things to consider. If you're going to, or you are currently aiming to keep your body fit, keep your body strong and stay in great shape, would it be a good idea to understand how to get fit? And if somebody says to you that to get fit, you can go for a walk, please ask them how that would work. How do I get fit by walking? If somebody tells you that you can get strong by lifting a weight that your body can already lift and lift it many, many times, and they give you a number, I always ask this question: how can somebody possibly know what number is going to suit your body? Is it possible that muscles can't count? Is it possible that muscles are blind? So they don't know what you're lifting, and they don't know how many times you're lifting it. So if somebody says to you, you should do 3 sets of 10, Could it be a good idea to ask why? Why is it 3, not 4? Why is it 10, not 9? What if I can do 11? What if I can do 15? What if I can only do 7? You've told me I have to do 10. Why? It's a really important question, because if your exercise program is wasting your time, or worse, it could hurt you, or a combination of both, which is really bad, it wastes your time and it hurts you and it doesn't work. You can hear in my voice, I find this really fascinating. So if somebody gives you a number, always ask why. Why are you giving me this number? Why is it 3 sets of 10? Why is it 10? Why would I stop before I can do any more? What if I could do more? What if I can't do as many as you've told me? Will I feel like a failure? If somebody talks about, and here's a big one, how many steps you should be walking every day. First of all, why are we walking? And second, why is it that number? Where did that number come from? I always ask this question. If somebody quotes research to you, or they say the science says or research shows, could it be a really good idea to ask what research and what does the science show specifically, and how does that map into anatomy and physiology and how the human body works? So I have 2 favourite questions, and I ask them all the time of all the experts. Why would I do that, and how does it work? Now, I often don't ask why would I do that, because I look at the exercise, or I look at the eating plan, or I look at the information that's being delivered, and I go, well, what they're actually saying to me is that 1 and 1 equals 7, or A, B, C, X, L, P, N, O, Q, because they don't understand the 1, 2, 3s and the ABCs of how the human body works. They obviously don't understand that, because they've given me information that is completely opposing to how the human body works. But how would you know that if you don't know your anatomy and physiology? Another really interesting one you'll often hear, and I hear it every day now, feel the burn. This exercise will burn. When you do this over and over, you'll feel your muscles burning. Well, here's a great question. What is it that's burning? What do you want to be burning? Is it exploding fat cells that are burning? Is it the muscles that are burning? What's causing the burn? And why do I even want to burn? I don't understand why we wouldn't ask those questions. And I'll ask you, this goes back a long way for me. When I was a very little girl, I decided that I wanted to get fit and strong, so I started swimming. And my swimming coach said to me, gave me a program to swim. And I like to do short distance swimming. I was doing 50 metres and 100 metres. And my swimming coach told me that I had to do 1 and 2 and 3 kilometre warm-ups. Today we're doing a 1 kilometre warm-up. Today we're doing a 3 kilometre warm-up. Today you have to swim 3 kilometres. And I would always ask, why do I have to swim a kilometre when my race is 50 metres? And they could never answer my question. It was never, well, it was more like this. Well, that's what we've always done. The top athletes in the world, they have a base aerobic, or they have an aerobic base of fitness, and you have to do that. You just have to do that. Well, that's not an answer. I want to know, why would I do that? How does it work? And if somebody's telling you what to do, and I think that's just so irresponsible, and I just hate it. I'm really sick and tired of somebody pointing their finger at me down the camera and saying, you should do this. I'm an adult. How about you? I would love somebody to get to know me, know what I want, why I want it, what my goals are, what's important to me, what I like, what I don't like, before they start preaching at me and telling me what to do. Couldn't that be a good start? And the other reason for that is it possible that some people are vegan vegetarians and get great results? Some people are carnivores and get great results. Some people exercise in the morning and some people exercise in the evening and they both get great results. I've had people scream at me that you have to exercise in the morning because it's better. But what if it doesn't suit your lifestyle? If somebody says to you, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, I'm sure you've heard it before, but we've now got experts that are suggesting that it's the worst meal of the day and you shouldn't eat in the morning. So who do you believe? Could it be a really good idea to understand how the human body works before we start believing what experts tell us to do? Now, I have to take my car to a car mechanic because I don't understand how the car works. So that's complicated because they could be telling me rubbish. So I learned a very long time ago. I was, in my previous life, I was married to a motocross racer. And he learnt very quickly that if you didn't understand how your own bike works, it's not going to, having a great mechanic really isn't going to help, because you have to be able to converse with the mechanic to work out how to get the bike working well for you. So I learnt that if I don't want to get ripped off by car mechanics, I need to have a really good understanding of how a car works so that I can ask intelligent questions when I take my car to be fixed. Otherwise, I could get ripped off and I could waste my money, and or I don't know if the mechanic's doing a good job or not. I just think that that's responsible as a human being. Now, I don't fix my own car. You may want to have an expert to help you with your exercise program, with your eating plan, with your athletic pursuits, with your desire, your want, your whatever it is that you want to achieve. But could it be a really good idea to go to that expert knowing your ABCs and knowing your 1, 2, 3s? See, mechanics are very hesitant with me because I ask questions that only people who understand how cars work would ask. So now they know that they can't really screw me over because I've got an understanding about what goes on in that car. And this happens with me pretty much every day. I talk to endocrinologists, cardiologists, physiologists, psychologists. There are a lot of ologists, I know that. Orthopedic surgeons, top-level medical professionals. I talk to them on a regular basis, almost every day. And the reason that we have such great conversations, and they share this with me, I'm just paraphrasing what's been shared with me, is, Rowie, it's really nice to chat with you because you obviously have a really good understanding of anatomy and physiology. Now, I would never say that. I don't. I'm just learning every day. And that's why I would never tell anybody what to do. I have a general understanding of how the endocrine system works, which means when I go to an endocrinologist and ask them questions about the hormonal system, we can have a great conversation because I have a fundamental understanding. When I talk to a neuroscientist or a psychiatrist, psychologist, we can have a great conversation because I have a fundamental understanding of how the hormonal system works, how the central nervous system works, how they work together, and how the brain works. Now, I've got a particular interest in neuroscience and the brain, and I often share this. My father died of Alzheimer's, and I could never understand why that happened. Why does the brain have to rot away when the rest of the body doesn't have to? Why can't we replace brain cells? And because of my study of neuroscience, I now know a lot more about the brain, and I understand what neurogenesis is, the brain's ability to grow new brain cells. And that excites me, but I wouldn't get excited about it if I didn't study it. Why am I asking all these questions? Because if you want a safe, effective, time-efficient way to get fit, strong and healthy and stay that way for the rest of your life. And I'll put in a side note there. I'm really getting very tired of lose weight, gain weight, start an exercise program, stop an exercise program, be in shape, be out of shape. So many people share with me on a day-to-day basis that they used to be fit and now they're not, or they're really fit now, but I don't know if I can maintain this for the rest of my life. Gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. What a horrible thing to do to your body. Wouldn't it be nice to stay fit and strong and healthy for the rest of your life? Always ask that question. Why don't we, and I think weight is ridiculous, but what if you pick a weight, pick a size, pick an energy level, pick outfits that you love to wear and stay that way for the rest of your life? One of the very cool things I do on a very regular basis, I bought a pair of trousers when I was 18 years of age, a high quality, expensive pair of trousers. I'm now a very old lady, but those top quality trousers are still in my wardrobe and I still try them on once a week, once a month. And they are my guide to how my body's doing. I don't care what I weigh. I don't care how much body fat percentage I've got. I just want to look good and feel good and stay that way for the rest of my life. I want to be fit and strong so I can do all the things that I want to do. And I wouldn't know how to do that if I didn't know my anatomy and physiology. So this is my begging position. And you can, of course, do whatever you bloody well want. Isn't that awesome? As an adult, we get to choose. But if you really want to have a fit, strong, healthy body for the rest of your life, if you want to have a stack of energy, if you don't want to get conned by somebody who doesn't understand how the human body works, they just sound impressive because they might know the big words. And here's a great quote to remember. It's one of my favourites when it comes to education. A genius can take something really complicated and make it simple to understand. Somebody with a really big ego will take something really simple and make it complicated and hard to understand. I don't want to be the egotist, I want to be the genius. And I always share this with my max exercise professionals. If you can explain anatomy and physiology to a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, and then they can explain it to their friend, you know that you've got a really good understanding of the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. The anatomy and physiology of the human body is fascinating and exciting. It's your own body. You get to live in this body for the rest of your life. Would you love to have a rock solid foundation so that a flood could come, a cyclone, a tornado? We've had tornadoes out here. We've had 160-kilometre-hour winds. There's a bit of snow on the mountain. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is a really wild place to live. And I'd like to know that my house can stay standing. My body the same. I'd like to know that stress, challenges, bullying, diseases, viruses can attack my body and I will be strong because I'm fit and strong, and I'm going to stay that way for the rest of my life. How about you? So let's learn our anatomy, let's learn our physiology. And hey, you don't have to, of course not. But if you're going to be giving information to people about how to be fit and strong, could it be a really good idea to learn that stuff? Wouldn't it be embarrassing to be a car mechanic and not know anything about the car? Call yourself a mechanic and not be able to fix a car. Well, how about if you're going to call yourself an exercise professional, if you're going to call yourself, God forbid, a personal trainer, and I say God forbid because there's so many personal trainers in the world now, and most of them, if I ask them, why do you talk about the burn? Why do you talk about 3 sets of 10? What is the endocrine system? How does epinephrine, adrenaline work inside the brain? When we get puffed, they don't know the answer, and I find that embarrassing. So if you're going to pick a professional, perhaps pick one that knows what they're doing. If you're going to pick a car mechanic, wouldn't it be good to pick one that knows their stuff, knows their ABCs, knows their 1, 2, 3s, so that you could be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life and sing like I do. I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now, na 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 na. There's snow on the mountain and it looks amazing. Woohoo!